Okay, friends, welcome back to yet another session, The Thinking and Destiny. We are learning how the re-existence is taking place and how doer memory and sense memory is working in this. Before we go further, let's connect to the consciousness of Parsival and let his wisdom flow through me to every one of us. Let us meditate for a few minutes on his consciousness. Please cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. Please observe your vital breath. How it is. Going each and every part of your body. Please place your hands on your eyes for a few minutes and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Before we go further on today's session, let's recap what we have learned in the last session. Over to you, Balagar.
Okay. So, in the last section, we covered mostly doer's memory. Doer's past memory produces temptations, remorse, fear, hope, and faith in one's destiny, but he is ignorant of it. A good memory is the reproduction of breath form impressions received from four senses. When he interferes less by clear thinking, memory is not accomplished by. So these are impressions formed when he received from these four senses. When he interferes less by clear thinking, he can get it. Memory is not accomplished by thinking, he says. Defective memory. It is caused by inability of particular sense to make impression. Example, hearing problem with a eardrum, puncture or something, or problem. Our breath form is unable to receive or retain the impression. That is the defective memory. Memory is poor if the impression is blurred, not clear. Also, memory is poor if sense cannot make good impression. There is no memory. Example, listening to music melody tunes without memory. Without memory. Other causes of poor memory are when there is a defective nerve structure which prevents the transmission of impression to or from the doer to breath form. Example, abnormal organ or nerve structure. Memory will be poor if there is a defect created by the doer for the clear impression by inattention or confusion. Dissatisfaction, more feelings and desires, or the lack of light in mental atmosphere. So these are all also, they cause the poor memory. Memory depends upon association of events or persons and the sight to the doer. And it is doer is subject, it's easy to recall. When the doer focused on listening sounds without thinking, he can retain the memory well. Example, listening attentively. A person with good memory associates and compares the several stories. Here, the sense memories of events come close to the doer memories. Doer memories of all states of feelings, desires are brought by thinking, which lives in time and makes destiny. Thinkers of triune self has all past and future worldly knowledge, but the knower of triune self has eternal knowledge of past, future of every kind. 4 kinds of psychic states called doer memories. The first one, psychophysical memory, memory affecting the feelings and desires as events brought by body mind. That is the psychophysical memory. Number 2, memory of conviction or truth. Memory of human concerning an event says yes or no, or should be or it should not be. That is, the conviction may be contrary to one's instinct. And this conviction may be contrary to one's instinct. The third one is psychomental memory. It is associated with doer memories. Ability to do a thing needs a physical event to evoke it. Example, instant calculations, plans for business management, getting musical themes. Example, for those, the examples are writers, composers, inventors, and the statesmen. The fourth one is psychonoetic memory. It comes suddenly, it makes him conscious of his own identity apart from the present. It brings a state of isolation and serenity. It rarely occurs, but it lasts only few moments. This leaves a sense of permanence and changes or shifts his life. Only the number 1 and 2 doer memories are psychic memories. The psychic memories require feeling and desire, but the feeling desire stimulus, but not the third and fourth. The third and fourth are the psychomental memory and psychonoetic memory. They do not need stimulus, is saying. After death, all sense impressions made on the breath form remain. The strong impressions, record of thoughts remain on the breath form and also on AIA. Only senses with the breath form remain. Doer memories of the breath form reproduce in the next life, and that is after death, as events of his past life. Some of the bad event memories makes hell of a human, and some of the good events memories makes heaven of a human. During the hell state, some memories which can't enter the heaven are burnt off of the breath form. At the end of the heaven period, the breath leaves the breath form, and the form of the senses and their memories vanish, and doer memory is on AIA as form of the breath form at rest. Sense memory is lost, but doer memory with strong thoughts appear in the next life. So next, the section 16, only little bit, first couple of paragraphs. Do you want me to cover or next time? Prasanna?
Yeah, we can go ahead and.
So in section 16, he talks about why past lives are not remembered. Past memories of the doer from previous life are not remembered because they are not necessary. The reason people do not remember their past life is this sense memory on the breath form destroyed because when the doer returns to life. By doer memory alone, without sense memory, humans cannot remember the events in past life. Doer memories are not concerned with the events, but only with the states of feelings like desires, mental activities, faith, conscience, or illumination. These are the states which these produce. These states are caused by impressions of former life. So there are 3 kinds. Some people of past memories. Some people remember only few instances, not the whole life. Example, only a figure, a street, a gate, a room, a valley, etc. The second kind of people they remember, some people remember with changing scenes and actions, with hearing sounds and feeling pleasure, fear or hate, and also showing with the relation to the persons, some relation to the persons, places or events. People with these flash memories have clairvoyant abilities. And then in the third category, doer experience something which has no connection to the events in the present life, but senses manufacture from the feelings of the similar event. It is fortunate that doer does not remember past life events and persons in this life. If the doer remembers past life memories, he can educate and accomplish what he's supposed to do in this present life. Human personality, I think now you're going to talk about the human. Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you, Balagaru. So as just now recapped, right? The human will not remember. If current life, we will not be remembering the past lives. If we remember, it is a big kiosk. Our life itself is a big kiosk with so much complications, right? So if we are remembering all the things, right, it will not. So the sense memory is cut off. At the time of the death, the sense memory is cut off. Only the strong impression maybe will be having in the doer memory, but those memories also will be. So sometimes, as Balagar said, they can be viewed as a scenes, and sometimes they can be viewed as a sounds, and sometimes they can be felt as a feelings, right? So these are all how actually what dominant personality you are in the previous life or the current life. Exactly, because the current life, as you told, the Panchabhutas, each one. So one of us, maybe the eyes is the dominant. The eyes means the fire is the dominant. When the fire is dominant, you can see the visual the things. When the air is a dominant, you can listen to things. That's what we learned, right? So one of the Panchabhutas will be the dominant personality in our case. So depends on the dominant personality. The previous life events can be seen just as a bits. Okay, those bits you may conclude it as a something kind of like some relation or something, but those all are momentary glimpses that you are going to see. You will not be able to see the complete picture, a complete orientation of the thing. You will not be able to see. Suppose if you keep on questioning, right? If you keep on questioning, if you kept some question, so some in your mind, keep on meditating or doing something, contemplating on the same thing, you may get some kind of, because which is there in the as a doer memory, you may get some street or some person or some relation, something like that. But the remaining story is all fabrication by the user by the human being of the current life. The entire thing will not be shown in that meditation or whatever the subconscious mind or the dream or anything, right? It will not be shown. It will just the flashes, it will come. But the remaining story we will, because when you are when you are in this path, right, you will learn so much knowledge. Because from Thinking and Destiny, we are learning something. From other books, something we are learning. We are going here and there and learning, picking up so many things. So somebody, it has happened. So when you understand that, you will fabricate the story within yourself, because by seeing the scenes of it, you will be fabricating. It is not that entire past life it has been shown. Suppose in that fabrication, suppose if you understand that, okay, this is what I must have done it, that is the reason why I have this life, then it may be good. In that fabrication, if you are in the imaginary world doing something, then it's the problem. So that's why you will not be seen. Still, it's only the momentary glimpses without any completeness or without any orientation. So whatever the story anybody is saying, it is from those scenes. The person who experienced those scenes or sounds or anything are actually fabricating it. Those are the fabrications of the past lives that they can say. Even because we have seen just now, I'm discussing, right? So I just saw yesterday only Anita Murjani, the near-death experience. So even in her life, she has seen when she went to the other side of it. She went because at the near-death experience, she left the body and she went to the astral world, but still she didn't see any past lives. She has seen what is the reasons for the current life, why she got the cancer. It's because she was died of the cancer. So why she got the cancer, and other side, how the people are there. Because in that story, I'll just give a brief. So she was eloped just 3 days before the wedding. In an Indian scenario, if a girl was eloped the 3 days before the wedding, right, how the family will feel, how the shame they will be having, right? She was eloped and got married, so she had that fear in her heart that her father will hate, and all those things is there in her mind. So when she went to the other side of the world, she met the father. But the other side, what she experienced, everybody is just the loving beings. It's not like anything. They will not hate you, or there's there is no other expression other than love. And also you will have the 360. It's not that ice means you have to move like this. So she's saying like you have that 360 degrees view where you can able to view very clearly, and you will see the colors which you haven't seen before. You will see the flowers which you haven't seen before, all the things. When she met the father, she thought that he might be angry or something like that, but he was very understanding. He is able to understand why she has done that. Similarly, when she goes there, she is able to understand what happened here, why she got that cancer, what happened. And also, the time is linear, because we think the time is linear. Incidents are happening one after the another. That kind of thing we have it, right? So she was given a choice. Life is nothing but a choices. That is what I understood from that story, right? From that her experience, not the story. So life is a choice. So when she went there, she don't want to come back, because here the body is a diseased body, and she is a very happy being, because once you feel like you just came out of it, or you're flying kind of thing. You're super happy there. When you are super happy, why do you want to come to that diseased body and again take that pain and all, right? So she don't want to come, because she didn't find any reason to come back. That's what she's saying. So she's very happy there. But the father insisted to go back, because you learned how this is and you have to go back. Your purpose was not yet done. Maybe that is the from that onwards, that is the purpose that she started writing the books, and she started she became a writer, and she started giving the lectures, and she is educating and all. But at the same time, she is telling, I'm not actually selling my story, because it is my experience. So one has to experience that one, and then only you'll understand. But the whole thing, what I'm saying is, there also, she never told that I have seen my previous lives. Even when she gone there, because that previous life thing was cut off in the sense memory. Only the glimpses will be there. That is the one that we need to understand. That past life regression and all those things, that those are all the special cases where you will be taken, where you will be literally keeping into that very deep inside, and then they will take. That's a different thing. But in a normal case, you may get a glimpse, but you will not. Even in the past life regression, you will get to have some glimpses, because I have read a story, Life After Death. I have read one book. There also, you will get a glimpses of it. So from the glimpses, you will start, okay, because of this might happen. Because of that, this might happen. That kind of thing. The user, whoever is hypnotized, whoever is the patient or whoever is there, right? They'll be able to. So it is a fortunate. You always remember, it's a fortunate that the doer, that memories of the events of the past lives is not existing in the present moment. If they are existing, literally you feel bad, because you know how cruel you are, you know how bad things you have done, right? If you remember all those things, if you are conscious of all those things, the former personality, you cannot live the current personality, current life properly, because forget about all the things that you have done. You came to this body, you took this body in this life because you wanted to learn something, you wanted to experience something. So because of that only we came here. So there is the breath form, right? The breath form, whatever the marks that it is made, it is dissipated after the death. All the marks were, the personality was being dissipated. Do not feel that, oh, my personality is going after the death. Don't feel that, because do you feel bad if my dress was, something happened while going and something that it got ripped off? So do I feel bad that, oh, my dress got ripped off? So if I wore enough this dress, what I feel, okay, it's ripped off, right? So I can throw out of it one dress less from the closet. I got some space. That kind of feeling you'll be having, right? When you use it, that dress enough. Maybe if it is a new one and if you put $100 on it, then you feel bad a bit for a while. Not too much. For a while you may feel bad. But why do you feel bad when the body is going? Because the body, after some time, is also the dissipated. It is all worn out body, because you are not dying. You are still there. You are still, the life is continuing. Only you are leaving that body. While you are leaving that body, you are also leaving your sense memories. You are also, because you are supposed to leave. When you leave, right, then only you will be able to do it. If you cannot leave those sense memories, so if you are carrying it, it will be very hectic. In this lifetime itself, sometimes I feel like, why in the world I remember everything? This memory is not good. Because we don't want to remember all the things, right? If you start fresh every time, suppose if somebody came, Balagar came, some bad incident happened like 3 years back. But what I'm thinking is, I am there and she is there 3 years back. So whatever that incident that is happened, if I'm remembering now also, which means that I might have evolved a lot in these 3 years, and she must have evolved a lot in these 3 years. If I keep on, means I stopped my life and I'm living there the 3 years back life, which is not good. So it is always better that the memory should go away. Those things you should not be, because those are not a real I. That was an unbroken identity of I, right? Real I is the knower, is the one that knows. In the triune self, the I-ness is the knower, is the one that knows. Thinker and knower is the one. The doer, whatever in the past life, we need not remember, because those are all having the sense memories only. The same is there in the throughout the life, and which we need not remember. The presence of I-ness will connect the memories with the name of the body and identify from the symbols. So right now I'm saying I'm Prasanna. It is actually being Prasanna. I'm able to connect to Sirisha, Bala, or whoever comes right here. Nilima, Surikala, all those things I'm just able to connect to these people. Suppose if I change my body, when I come back, because my sense memories were gone. Sense memories were gone means I don't know how Nilima looks like, I don't know how Surikala looks like, or Sirisha looks like. So because I remembered you as my senses only, because your shape means you look like this, you talk like this, your tone is like this, something like that I'm remembering. Because of that, I'm able to recognize. But when I change my body, because my sense memories got dismantled or dissipated, so you will not be able to see. You have to figure it out, or you have to learn those things. Some of the so if you are carrying this egoism or these things, all the things you will be pride, egoism, all the things you will be carried out, which is not good. So the memory and the comfort of distinction which once had been might make present hardships quite unbearable. See, if the last life, if you are so rich, and in the current life you came because you wanted to learn how you are starting the life from the scratch. You just choose to born in a poor family. This is your choice. We all know the soul's choice. When the soul's choice was like that, if he comes back again and remembers that in the previous life he is rich and he wanted to go to that home, I am there. That pride you will carrying it, which is not required. If you are carrying that pride, you will not learn what you are supposed to learn in this life. That is the one thing that we have to remember. Knowing the outcome beforehand, he would not be tempted, and so would fail to get the training and tempering the character and strength which overcome the temptation can give. Suppose if you know that you came for this purpose and you know the outcome of it, then you will not have anything, right? Suppose when you are playing a game, cricket game, when they are going it, right, they know that they are going to win. They will not show much interest, or they know they are going to lose. They will not. Why do it? The temptation of that putting that hard work will not be there if you know that, because you will not learn the things. It is not that even the failed team also learns some things, even the winning team also learn the things. Here the participation, competition, the competition for winning is the one that is important, right? So both the teams will learn something. If they know the outcome of it, they will not put their hard work. Similarly, when the doer knows their thing, what is the outcome? Suppose I born in this family, I want to learn this, or I may fail. All these things, if you know it, right, then you will not put much hard work. When you know that it is a fresh life and you need to work hard, again here remember, every life is a choices. Every incident is a choices. If you do in that Anita's story, right, what she's mentioned is she was given a choice whether to go back or stay. So if she is staying back, her body X-ray is coming out saying that she was died because organs failed. Kidney stopped functioning, kidney failure, so she died. That is the one report it is coming. If she chooses to stay back, if she chooses to go back to that body, then the same thing is coming. The kidney started recovering, kidney started functioning. After the few hours, then she said she can be taken up, the oxygen or life support can be taken, and she can breathe on her own. The report is showing that kidney started functioning. It can improve. It was not failed 100%. It can improve. Here there are two incidents, two occurrences of the same thing. But how that occurrence happened, the decision of the soul. Similarly, here any incident, any occurrence of our life is happening, the decision that we are making. Remember, it is not the fate or anything. Whatever the decision you are making, whatever thinking you are making, based on that it is happening. Based on that, there may be the 30% of the fate or 30% of the karmic bondage that you are taking. But the still, which 30% that we already given, to which family we have to born, to whom we have to born, or to whom we have to marry. These are all the things. These are the major decisions. Because why we take those major decisions? Because we have some karmic bondage towards that soul. We may have to serve, or those people may have to serve us, or we may have to serve our parents because we are indebted to them, so we may have to serve, or they may have to take care of them. So like this, some karmic bondage is connection is there between those two souls. That is the reason why those are. What happened? That is the reason why those things are happening. Knowing the outcome is not in that case, the education will not happen if the knower is happening. So the state where it becomes free, a perfect doer, when the doer will become perfect, when he learns what is supposed to be learned in this particular lifetime, right? Then he will become the perfect. So at the end, when everything, all the things that the doer has learned, then he will merge into the light of intelligence. That is the thing, right? When through AIA, he will merge into the light of intelligence. That is what it is. So yeah, there's one more thing that she mentioned is in that podcast, everybody was like a god. Everybody, every soul in that say the thing, right? Everybody was like a god, like the total loving beings. That means that thing, where is that? That is there within you. So when you are going out, that soul, that pure soul is going out. That is why nobody, as I told you in the previously, right? Nobody will judge you. It is that pure soul. Who is a pure soul will judge what the same soul has done in that body. So when it feels that it has done good enough, then the soul feels very happy, and it is the heaven state. When that pure soul feels that what dirty things I have done in this body, then that soul feels very guilty, and it will be in the hell. That is nothing but it. So every one of us is a pure soul. So every one of us is having that pure soul within us, having that loving beings within us. Only thing is we are just keeping all the mud and everything we are keeping on the top of it. So if you remove all the mud, envy, all the things, right, then we are that pure souls. The education goes on without sense memory. Remember, the education goes without sense memory. Through the experiences are interlinked with though experiences are interlinked with the sense memory, but education, the doer will take that education, whatever that education it comes, right? So we need not remember what happened in the past lives through senses. That's why we don't remember the past lives. Doer memories are the states of feeling and desire, mental attitudes, and abilities of I-ness and selfness. These are the doer memories. They represent the results of experiences through your objects, whatever the objects. It could be through Sirisha Garu, or through Balagara, or through somebody, whatever that experience, through the objects, my senses is capturing the memory. Okay, that is what it is. They represent the results of experiences through objects. Remember, doer memory, which appears, is an ability. Doer memory is appearing now as an ability. Suppose you practice something, you practice music, so that ability will come, because that's a past life you have practiced so much. Similarly, in the past life, you learned so much about the self. Self in the sense, who am I, what I'm doing, all that things. So the spiritual knowledge, you learned it. That as an ability, it will come. So next lifetime when it comes, you can start the education from there. You need not start like a math or science that you are starting from the beginning, right? You need not start from there. These are the abilities that it will come later. So sometimes even the arithmetical formula or like mathematical tables, right? People may start telling just like that, because just once they will just, because they studied a lot. So those sounds were recorded in the doer memory. Sometimes those are also may come, but they don't know. Sometimes they started speaking a different language, but they never learn in this lifetime. Why that come? Maybe they worked so hard, because that ability came, that ability from sense memory to the doer memory it went. So because it came as an ability, right, it is coming out in this lifetime. So the character with which the person is born and the traits brought out is the course of life. So the character and the traits, his endowments, abilities, tendencies are all the doer memories. His ability to do something, his tendency to do something, all these are the doer memories. Okay. The development of the doer portion is determined by the ability to do the right thing at right time, regardless of the memory what it has gone before. Whether you have the previous memory or previous ability or not, how you will learn doing the right thing at the right time. So always be mindful of what you're doing, live in the present moment, and so that you will be able to take up the right thing in this time. The portion which re-exists was next in turn and guided by the ruling thought. So next thing is guided by the ruling thought. Whatever the thoughts that you are making, the entire book is talking about your thinking is your destiny, right? So it is not about the past life, or it is not about something. The next moment is depending upon what thoughts you are making at this present moment. So what is the feeling that you are generating? What is your mental abilities? So it is all depends on the ruling thoughts of the previous moment. Suppose there are 12 portions, right? Each portion is the next portion is ruled by the ruling thought of the previous moment. Okay. And this development of organs outside influences the effect of the functions of the embedded portions of the doer. Okay. So these organs, how they are functioning, it also depends on the how you are thinking. The same example, because because yesterday only I just gone through that 1.5 hour podcast. I'm repeating it again and again. In that, she says, right, when she want to come back, the organs started functioning. When she don't want to come back, the organs will fail and the X-ray will show. Which means, how does the organs functioning is depends on your mental, the soul mental ability. It is not about the organs. Physical organs functioning is depending on your mental ability. That's what you have to remember. So whatever, so every time the way that you are, because some of the people, right, even now, as just now discussing, right, we are when we are going Peru, I didn't even take any insurance or anything. I'm so confident that I'll go happily and come back. People are thinking like, what if my suitcase lost? What if that lost? What if something happened? What if that? Because so many things, when you are actually doing it, right, you are manifesting it. Why unnecessarily? Why you have to think of so many things? Sometimes it may be good. It's not good to think too many bad things about that will happen, this will happen, and all those things, right? I went to the previous Egypt trip also, never thought of anything. I just went, I just bought a ticket, paid that money, and went and came back very happily. I have all the good experiences. So similarly, I'm thinking, so I'm similar way, I'm just feeling. Somebody asks, what will happen? What will happen if the suitcase lost? Okay, lost is lost. How clothes were gone. I will buy some t-shirts, some things I'll just wear and come. That kind of thing, right? You try to live in that moment, not like too much into that. Instead of wasting $100 and keeping all the things, right? So much of the things. Even if you are taking some insurance, if something happened, are you going to stay there? You are not going to stay there. You are going to take next flight and come back. Then what is the use of that insurance, right? So maybe I'm not saying everything was wrong, but the thing is the thinking part I'm saying. Whatever you are thinking, that is the next thing that will happen. So always think positive. Think positive. Don't think that, oh, do that, do this, that might happen, this might happen, right? That kind of thinking. So next minute is depending on your previous dominating thought. Notwithstanding the limitations as a varying amount of functioning of the embedded portion of the doer, the education of the doer is carried out by the light of intelligence. There is always a guiding portion, is the knower portion. The light of intelligence is actually educating you and it is carrying you to the next. The embedded portion of the doer is drugged by it. The sentence I liked so much, I just underlined. The embedded portion of the doer is drugged by the body and intoxicated senses. How beautifully it was written, right? So our body was drugged by what? By our senses. Because my eyes want that, my ears want something, my nose wants something, my tongue wants something. So we are going after these things only. So I want that, I want to eat this, I want to hear this, I want to possess this, because these are all the intoxicated senses. We all know tomorrow morning, if you are not taking a breath, you are gone. You know that. But still, we say or we do the things as if we live in this earth permanently. Even after reaching certain age also, people will not understand that, okay, this is my life is, my days are going up. Let me understand who am I, what is my purpose. Let me complete that. That kind of thought is not coming. So why? Because we are drugged by our intoxicated senses. Because of those senses only, he has written in the next chapter, he will be writing, there are two portions, 2 times you will not take birth. That is very, when you understand that, right, you will feel like how rude we are towards us. That will come later. Through only one portion, the doer is in the station of the organs, at times at the passion or excitement. So one portion, the doer is in the station. So in the doer portion, yet the organs are going by times of passion and excitement, the fear or hope, egotism or illumination. So these organs are going by how do you feel. If you are feeling fear, your adrenals will feel all the things, right? So that fear feeling only. Suppose if you are feeling so happy, your organs will also feel happy and it starts functioning, or it starts more effective, right? So when there is a tension, more of the doer can be contained in the body in the normal state, normal state. And in the disease, it is a feeble state. So when you are normal state, the body will work normally. When you are in the tension and the disease, it will be in the feeble state, because again, it is all that, because it is all the doer's thinking. Even when she got the cancer, she is able to take all these decisions. She didn't go for the therapies, or initially she didn't go for all the therapies that she went to India and she took all the Ayurvedic, all those things, and she tried, because she has been seeing other people who got the cancer and they are taking all chemotherapies and all, but they are dying. So what is the use? Let me try that. With all those knowledge, with all the things, right, somehow she's able to, with the confidence that she gained also, she's able to do, or she's able to see that, experience that near-death experience, and she has a purpose, and she come back and started explaining that to every one of us. We do not usually, that gross feeling, right, the feeling and desire, because all the human beings are caring about that gross feeling, the feeling and desire, the pleasant or unpleasant things, there only we are stopping it. Because the interiorizations do not produce the mental results of learning, humanity has been slumming up the millions of years. See here, because if you are actually going outer pleasures and the pains, if you are going on doing, if you are not going to inner, if you are not going to know who are you, what is your purpose and what are those things, what is happening is you are slumming up the millions of years. You are coming back. You are in that cycle of birth and death, because you are coming to learn here, but you are not learning. You are going back. Again, go back. Because what will happen if the student keep on failing the 10th grade, he will be there in 10th grade only. So until he passes, each and every subject will be there, right? Similarly, we are failing. We are coming, we are failing, going, coming, failing, going. Instead of that, each lifetime, learn a little at least. Whatever the little that we are supposed to learn little and go back. Okay, that is where our intention should be. There are indications or interrelation of the embedded portions of the doer with the thinker and knower. In that case, the conscience wants. That means whenever you are doing, right, whenever you forbidden activities, whenever the thing that you are not supposed to do, because your doer portion, somewhere it is connected to your thinker and knower, that is the conscience or consciousness, right? That will, no, Prasanna, you should not do that. That's not good. It will warn inside. But I'm going after my senses. My senses are saying, no, do it. Do it. It doesn't matter. Once only. It's okay. Cheat meal, do it. Something like that, right? So we are going after our senses, even though the conscience is teaching us not to go, not to do, and all those things, but we are going. That's where actually we are failing. Something is in the scene or event mentioned by may cause one to identify himself or similar scene or event through, though he has never connected. So some cases, there is some scene. Oh, I have seen this scene somewhere. Oh, I know this person. I'm feeling like I know very closely this person, but you never seen that person. You never seen that scene. Okay, why do you feel that? Because there is some connection, some scene, there is some connection is there from the past life to the present life. Because of that, you are able to recognize that. So that kind of things may be occurring, but you will not know what is the complete life. But usually you will be able to see that kind of senses, right, is able to recognize something. Because of the interrelations or experiences kept, the doer memories by non-existing portions are made by the light of intelligence to educate the embedded portion gradually and so train the doer. So sometimes why it is happening is that light of intelligence, that thinker portion or the knower portion is trying to show something. The reason is why it is trying to show is it is trying to educate the user. It is trying to educate the doer. Okay, you have some connection or something, you'll be able to understand something, right? As I don't know whether you remembered or sometimes back, because there is a one lady which is bothering continuously because she's not my friend, not my close relative or anything. She's bothering, keep on. Sometimes, okay, even if I scold at her, even if I say something, she will keep quiet for a while and then she'll come back. So somehow, because it was the very initial days of my meditation, like 5 years back or something. So I kept that question, keep on, because somebody in some sessions, they said, if you don't understand anything, keep that question and sit in the meditation. That's what the people said. Some sessions I heard. So I heard that, okay, why this lady is bothering? She's not in the family or she's not here, my close friend circle or anything. Why she's bothering? Why, even if I scold, why she's coming back? So after 1 week, she'll come back. Oh, sorry. And she'll come back. So what is this happening? I kept that question. So when I kept that question, now I can say there is a very flash memory it came that she being a daughter of me and I'm scolding something in that also. There is some scene it came. So only thing I understood is from that is there is some relationship. The people won't come to our life without anything. So there is some relation in the past of my lives. So that is why from that time onwards, my perspective was changed. It is not that I went and hugged her or anything. But whenever she's asking for some advice or something, even if she's bothering, I'm trying to listen to patiently and I'm trying to give her advice. So do you believe it that it could be or maybe or may not be? Now it doesn't matter. But the thing is, it changed my perspective that I can be loving, because we are all loving beings. When that scene came, I can show more love towards her than before, because instead of feeling bothered by her, just now I understood there is some connection. Let me help her. So this is good than that, right? So that is how. So that perfect. I learned some, because by showing that, maybe if I whenever I'm reading that, maybe that my conscience or my knower portion has guided me not to be rude with her. So in that way, so I learned something from out of it. So that could be the guidance. Similarly, whenever you are doing not the right things, your conscience or your knower portion will always tell you. So follow that guidance, follow that inner voice. So when can you hear that inner voice? When you are sitting in the meditation only, you will be able to at least devote some time to that meditation. You will be able to hear the inner voice, conscience voice that you can hear. The training, because we came here for the training, right? It is giving the training. So the training goes, the training, for the training, you need not have the memory of your past lives. You can just go on, the training can go on in this life. The human name, right? Whatever the human name that it was given, you feel that this is the name, but this is the name until your death. Again, the name changes. So the radiant, you're decomposing your sense memories, and you are coming back with the fresh, radiant, airy, fluid, solid, physical body again. Second, the four senses are also gone, and the four senses maintain the fourfold body, and they are coming through your involuntary nervous system. So here, whatever the summary of it is, right? If I'm taking the summary, is the present body is coming to train, coming to learn something. As Patricia used to mention, this is a school, and we came here to learn something. Okay, forget about what happened in the past. Forget about what is going to be happen in the future. So this life, you are taking a series of decisions. Based on the decisions, you are taking a path. If you hear, that time I didn't understand so much, because I read very beginning days, Immortal Death, I think, that the book. So there will be tunnels, number of tunnels will be there. So I didn't understand what is this tunnel. These tunnels are nothing but, like, if I say, right? So whenever you take one decision, if you go to this tunnel, means that kind of path you will go. There is a number of choices are there. If you go here, your life will be different. If you go here, the life will be different. There are so many, but it is you. The soul is the one who is taking a choice. It's you who is taking a choice and moving on. So it depends on your choice. You will be learned. You will go to you will go. So you were given that free choice, or a free will was given to you. Some people will, because whenever this things comes, right, anonymous or so things are coming as some glimpses in the thing, some people will feel past lives, and some people will feel that they are mistakenly from subconscious mind they are coming it. So what here is they are saying is, astral body is spoken of at the soul level. So at the soul level, it was spoken of. The senses are not looked into separate things. Senses doesn't know. We have this, there is a one sense. They is saying all the four senses are different. And the fifth sense is talking is, fifth sense, which is the dangerous sense, is saying ignorance. That ignorance is existing in our mind. Our concerning our mind, right? The touch, smell, all the things, the taste is different thing. The ignorance is the fifth sense. That is also most dangerous one, which we are out of ignorance, we are assuming so many things. Or out of ignorance, we are taking, I am Prasanna, I am this body, I'm working as a project manager, all the things. These are all the things I'm thinking, but this is only for a very, very, very short lifetime. I took these positions, I came to this life, I take this name, I born in this family to learn something. So we have to learn. Obviously, we need to learn something. Why my parents are like that? Why they can't be like any other parents? Why they have done to me? There's no, you have chosen that family. When you choose that family, you have to learn that whatever the things that you are supposed to learn, you learn and move on. To learning only you came here. Whatever the content you want to learn, suppose if you want to learn in music, Carnatic music, you will not go to the Bharatanatyam teacher, right? You will go to the Carnatic music teacher only. Similarly, whenever I want to learn something, I will go to the appropriate family. I will meet appropriate people. I will not go to the some other people where they will not help my lesson. So I have to go to the people where I can learn the things. That's what is happening. Each physical cell is conscious unit. Each physical cell that it come to this body, right? That is all the conscious unit. No nature matter can be so conscious. So no nature matter can be so conscious. That kind of consciousness is there for each and every. The embedded portion of the doer is conscious of itself as feeling that it feels, and as a conscious of impressions of seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and being in contact. It is a conscious that it desires to feel these impressions. See, conscious, one is consciousness, conscious of all these things. What we see, what we smell, what we contact, everything is so conscious. But only thing is, we are unconsciously doing some things. That is the reason we are not actually able to see through the things. Events affect the doer when the sense transmits feeling and impressions received through the sense organs. So when through sense organs, when we are feeling, through sense organs only we can see, we can hear, right? When the sense organs is happening, the event is happening, the feeling is occurring inside, because these sense organs are transmitting that thing into your body. The nature and the human actions are separated, arranged, classed, and described by thinking. The nature and the human actions are classified or classed according to your thinking. So something which looks so beautiful. I'll just give you an example. When I went to, after my wedding, we both went to some place. Okay, it's a mountain. There is a mountains, and there is a morning that's cloudy. I said, wow, so beautiful. How it is. Then my husband is saying, what is there? It's only mountains. There's only trees. What is there? What is the beauty that you're seeing? So it is the same scene, same thing, two perspectives. My senses perceived that as so beautiful. His senses perceived that as just the mountain and just the tree. What is there? So it is all depends on how you are actually feeling it. We feel that we expect whatever we are feeling, the other person also has to feel, right? It is not, because we born with the different purposes. We born with the different traits. So each person will not be. Maybe I was born with the nature, enjoying the nature beauty type. He is feeling that it's just he's seeing thing as a thing, nothing. He's not interacting. He's not actually clubbing the things or anything. That could be his personality, right? So this is how the same thing, say some people may get fear. Suppose if you see heights, some people will feel fear, and some people, mountains means how do I trek it? When do I trek it? When do I will go to the Mount Kailash? When do I will go to what is Kilimanjaro? So something like that. So they feel something, it comes something from within themselves. They want to go and experience that. So it all depends on the people's inside, right? So and also here he is saying, right, whenever in the psychic refreshment, there are some psychic refreshments. He is saying psychic refreshments in the sense, depends on the sentiment. Some people will go by their emotions. Love and anger can be experienced in a different way. Suppose animal, if you take, it also have love, it also have an anger, but it will show very wildly. Those things will show very wildly. The love or anger, it show very wild because it doesn't have any sentiments. It has when it is hungry, it will go and kill the other animal and it will eat, because it will go by instinct. It doesn't have any sentiment. It doesn't have any taste or anything. Suppose if you give an elephant, even if it is hungry, can it go and kill some other animal? It won't, because it's its nature. Only the human being, remember, only the human being is doing that, even though it is not your nature. Your nature is a pure loving nature. You are a spiritual being, came here to experience the human life, but you are behaving as an animal, you are behaving as something else also. But no animal is going out of its nature. You have to say, we have to learn that by observing the animals. You have to learn that. So the luxury, fear, suffering, grief, all those things is the psychic refreshments that a human being is experiencing, whereas the animal will not experience all these things because it doesn't have any sentiments. The doer is susceptible to all these because it can think, because it has the power to think, but it does not give the perception one and the sameness, permanence, endlessness. It is not. When it can think, why can't he is taking, when a human being can think, why can't they think it is all impermanent? What is the permanent thing that why we came to this earth planet? That one we have to learn, right? Why we are going all these things. Human being has that power to think. When you are thinking, think in those things, not going after your pleasures, not going after, if I eat this, I'll be happy. If I go for this restaurant and eat that kind of dish, I'll be happy. It's not the one. If you to eat, to survive that day, you need to have food, go and eat. That's enough. Wherever it is, it's a home or restaurant, but do not go after the things. You have that powerful thinking, go use that thinking, use that, connect with your knower and use that as to complete your life purpose. Otherwise, you will be in the cycle of birth and death. The conscious of identity, due to the presence of knower, which gives them the feeling and understanding of continuity of one and the sameness, is essence. The essence is One is Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. That is an essence. If you keep on thinking, that is what you have to understand. The thinker is conscious as its continuity. Thinker is thinking. When the thinker is conscious of continuity. Oh, think as a thinker person, you know that you are not dying. You are continuing the life. You are going one after the other. Like today I wore this, tomorrow I will wear a different dress. When I took a bath, when I leave this dress. Similarly, the thinker is conscious of that. You are continuing. Your body is not permanent. The doer is not communication with the thinker. The problem is the doer is not in communication with the thinker or with the knower. The doer is always communicating with the senses only. That's the problem. If you close your eyes, if you shut your senses, that's why they say close your eyes. Senses were gone. Focus on your breathing. You can't be with your thought, so that at least you can go to the inner. That's the power of meditation. That's where the meditation was given. And that's where the meditation was useful, right? So go into that present mode, right? Instead of going to that feeling mind or a design mind, go to that thinking, that knowing part, that I-ness part, right? Go that feeling of identity in the I-ness. From the false I to the true I. Connect to the true I. The contact portion of the knower is conscious as I-ness or as selfness, is conscious of embedded portion of the doer. I-ness as identity extends without limit of the time. It has a no beginning and no end. As I just explained, right? That she went on the other side of the world, she's able to see the different options, different tunnels. So if I choose this, the X-ray will come this. If I choose this, the X-ray will come this, which means the time is not linear. It is beyond our imagination. All options were given. You just need to choose and live that life. Okay, you just need to choose the life in which you will fulfill your purpose. It knows the sum of the memories of its doer as its psychic part and its thinker as its mental part. See, it's not sum of its memories as a doer as a psychic part and thinker as a mental part. It knows that not only the triune self has done and what other triune self has done. So that I-ness portion, if you go, you know what the triune self has done to you, not only yours, but what other triune selves are doing to the other also, you will get to know. That is the I-ness. The I-ness, selfness, the knower portion itself is an endless. Okay, that's where we are trying to connect the knower of real I, the real self. That's where we need to connect. The human of conscious of the human is only the conscious of our feeling and desire. He is the conscious of mental activity of that time that he can use, but he is not conscious of the connecting to the thinker. So he wanted to. If you are conscious, he is not conscious of the knower or a thinker. Knower knows everything. In your portion, in your triune self, the knower knows everything. He knows that he is the one among the all and everybody is the same. That kind of self-knowledge that knower is having. But you are with fabricated I. I hear, I see, I move, I feel, I pleasure, I did, I didn't, because these are all the false I, fabricated I. You are with the fabricated I. Just shut that mouth up. Go to that real I, go to that real I-ness. Then you will be able to see. The test of what I, the human being, is found the consciousness as is. If you go to the real consciousness, as is consciousness, you will be able to go. The doer feeling itself is I under the illusion. Whatever the doer is feeling under the I is illusion. And it's unconsciousness illumination. Okay, this is the illusion. Unconsciousness illumination, the false I. You are thinking that false I as a real. That feeling and desire is a real. So that is not the real one. Human being I is beyond the I. The actual portion is beyond the I. The breath form and the sense memory, it is beyond your breath form, beyond your sense memories. It is the experience, the effect of experience which comes through the existing portion of the doer helps to produce the character of the psychic atmosphere. Whatever the doer portion that you are actually doing and thinking, that affects, that will have the effective portion of the experience. Continued pressure, troubles, hardships, pain, discomfort. These are all experiences of physical destiny. All these are all the physical destiny. But only that experience only will be taking it as a doer memories. Doer memories will have the psychic, only the feeling desires of generosity, patience, goodwill. Those doer memories will be stored in the in the doer memory. There is another branch which relate. So this is all the others, right? Generosity towards others, generosity, feeling towards others. That is the one doer portion. What is the other doer portion it is having? The other doer portion is having the doer portion within himself, the towards himself, what you are doing to you, right? That is the another doer portion. That is another branch. What is that it is doing? It relates to this, the attitude towards him, whether self-love, whether I'm loving my body, whether you are always feeling that you are fat or you are lean or something like that, right? So that one means whether how you are actually accepting yourself. Self-love is there or not. So that is the another portion of it. Doer memories have accumulated a time when there is a feeling in the human that he is not what he feels himself to be. And this starts the desire to be shown what he really is and what real identity. Sometimes I don't want to be like this, but I will be. So what you wanted to be, gradually you're thinking, feeling and desire. So that is the portion that you are keeping it to yourself. That is the another portion of the another portion of this I-ness. The run of the human beings do not make an effort to find out who and what they are. They do not even think about their personalities are not the entities. It is not your identity. It is not your, what do you say, it's a purpose. To whom, what I have to feel, what it is only thing that you need to feel, you need to learn something. You came to this world to learn something. All these feelings and all these things, because you bring a character, involuntary nervous system is already, the blood is circulating and involuntary nervous system is making all these things, all these thinking. But you came for some purpose. If you go and find out that purpose, then you will act accordingly. You will be acting. The doer of each human, without knowing its predecessors, inherits from them the sum of the memories. You don't know what exactly you have done in the past lives, but without knowing, you are getting some of the things. You are already inherited some of the qualities. It is not that character was completely destroyed. The doer memory portion, whatever that the ability, the things is already inherited. Those inherited portions you came. So you feel that because you born to that particular parents, you acquired that disease. But as a pure soul, you know that you have to do some of the things. When you have not done, when you forgot your purpose of coming here, then what will happen? Those diseases, you think that because of the parents it came, but the thing is actually you inherited already, because you already inherited some of the things and you have not realized what is your purpose, then all those diseases will come. I didn't remember that Anta is saying that why the cancer came, but she mentioned that when she go to the other side, she understood why the cancer came to her. She didn't mention the reasons, but she understood. So after coming back, she stopped all these external, whatever the things, right? She stopped and she changed her purpose. She became a writer. She wanted to explain this to all these people. So totally she changed his life. So she understood what is the purpose. Then she started living happily. Similarly, when we understood our purpose, right? Anyway, those memories are coming. It's saying that doer in each human, without knowing its predecessors, which means pre-lives, without knowing pre-lives, you are inheriting some of the memories. Already you are inheriting some of the memories as the experiences. So those experiences are coming as an inheritance or an ability. So that ability, with that ability only, we are living in this lifetime. With that, I conclude section 16. Section 17, we will talk about when that re-existences will stop. I think 17th is the last section, 18th is just recap of all the things. 17th section, we talk about when this re-existence will stop. Do we need to come again and again? So how much time, right? There is a limited light only. Remember that we always think, oh, if not this lifetime, next lifetime, I will become enlightened. So I will enjoy, because this lifetime I got all the money, I got all the wealth, let me enjoy. Remember, the next section is going to tell there is a limited light. Light of intelligence will not keep on giving you the light. It will give you the limited time light only. Once that light was gone, that will not give. Before that light was gone, before that light of intelligence got vexed and it will not show you anywhere, right? Before that you should get enlightened. Before that you should learn all the things. So each lifetime we need to learn what is the purpose that we came, and we have to fulfill that purpose. Then only we can evolve. Otherwise, light of intelligence at one time, it will withdraw its light, then you have to live in the dark portions. So what are those things? Well, there are two ways. One is you evolve and the lives will stop. The other way, you won't evolve, the life will stop because the light of intelligence taken away its light. So there are two things, again, the choices that we will discuss in the next session. As I mentioned before, so next week and that following week, 2 weeks, we are taking off. Sirishika, do you want to announce?
Yes, Prasanna Garu. So yeah, you can go ahead. So anyway, we'll take a break for 2 weeks and
2 weeks, yeah.
We'll meet again after 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can send a note also.
Yeah, we can.
Any questions in